哦，打破那上打进来了没得？好像要顶着擀面啊。
Explosive incident. Artillery shell from northern Myanmar hits China, damaging businesses and injuring at least 5. On January 3rd, armed conflicts erupted in northern Myanmar, and a shell fell into China's Yunnan province, causing damage to shops along the street and injuring at least 5 people. Currently, the Chinese authorities have not officially commented on this incident. Local armed clashes between regional armed forces and the military government in northern Myanmar, particularly intense in the Kokang region near the Chinese border, have affected cities along the Yunnan border. A circulated video shows that on January 3rd, a shell from Myanmar fell into a street in Nansan Town, Zhongshan County, Yunnan, causing an explosion, raising dust, damaging several shops along the street, and creating a deep crater in the road. A witness recalled that the shell suddenly fell near her store, and at that time she was only 20 meters away from the shell. The glass of one adjacent store was shattered by the shockwave. Several nearby people were injured. 2 women were injured, and their storefronts were damaged. The sound of the shell was very clear. Many citizens gathered on the roadside, and some people were lying on the ground with bloodstains on their clothes, indicating injuries. Ambulances were present to transport the injured. According to staff at Zhongshan County People's Hospital, 5 injured residents were brought to the hospital for treatment. On January 3rd, a spokesperson for the Zhongshan County Propaganda Department confirmed the shell landing. There is indeed such an incident, but did not specify whether the shell came from northern Myanmar. This is not the first time that shells from Myanmar have fallen into Chinese territory. On the evening of May 14, 2015, 2 shells launched from inside Myanmar fell into a community in Nansan Town, causing 5 injuries, including 2 severe injuries. At that time, the Kokang Autonomous Region in northern Myanmar experienced intense armed conflicts. Multiple provinces in China experienced severe smog, leading to highway closures and flight delays. China entered 2024, and a series of incidents have been reported, including an earthquake in Fujian and a significant increase in flu cases. On January 4th, it was reported that several mainland provinces are facing severe smog conditions, resulting in low visibility, the forced closure of highways, and flight delays at Shanghai Pudong International Airport. According to the China Meteorological Administration on January 4th, dense fog has affected several regions, including southern Shandong, northern Anhui, large parts of Jiangsu, central Hubei, northern Hunan, eastern Jiangxi, western Fujian, and the southern part of the Sichuan Basin. In some areas of Shandong, Jiangsu, Anhui, Hubei, and Jiangxi, visibility dropped below 500 meters, with localized areas experiencing visibility below 200 meters. On the morning of January 4th, the China Meteorological Administration issued yellow and orange alerts for dense fog. It also forecasted poor air quality in southern North China, central and eastern parts of the Huawei region, and the Zhanghui region on January 5th. The forecast included light to moderate haze, with some areas experiencing severe haze. Anhui has already issued a red alert, indicating the most severe level of dense fog, leading to temporary closures of multiple highways. In Jiangsu, including Nanjing, dense fog has disrupted public transportation systems. China has a 3-tier fog alert system, with red being the most severe, followed by orange and yellow. FlightView.com, an application tracking aerial traffic data, revealed that dense fog caused dozens of flights departing from Shanghai Pudong International Airport in the past 3 hours to be delayed or diverted. A passenger flying from Shanghai to Harbin told Reuters that her flight had been delayed for several hours. She expressed, "We returned to the boarding gate, and it seems like we're trapped forever," showcasing a photo of the current outdoor environment in Shanghai shrouded in a dark haze. The Central Meteorological Observatory predicts that from 8 a.m. on January 5th to 8 a.m. on January 6th, some areas in northeastern Inner Mongolia, central and eastern parts of Heilongjiang, southern Tibet, southern parts of the Sichuan Plateau, and northwestern Yunnan may experience light snow or sleet. In some areas of the central and eastern Sichuan Basin, eastern parts of Guizhou, Chongqing, western Hubei, Hunan, northern and central Jiangxi, northern Zhejiang, and northern Guangxi, there may be light rain, with localized areas in central Guangxi experiencing moderate to heavy rain, 25 to 40 mm. Parts of northern Hebei may experience winds of 5 to 6 on the Beaufort scale. The northeastern and southwestern parts of the South China Sea may experience winds of 6 to 7, with gusts reaching 8 on the Beaufort scale. Additionally, from January 4 to 5, there may be light snow in eastern Inner Mongolia, Heilongjiang, central and eastern Jilin, eastern Liaoning, eastern Tibet, and parts of the western Sichuan Plateau. On January 5 to 6, Guizhou, Hunan, and Guangxi may experience overcast and rainy weather, with central Guangxi expecting moderate to heavy rain. Huawei steals Taiwanese chips. Huawei's recent laptop contains TSMC's 5nm chip. Recent findings from a teardown of Huawei's latest laptop, the Xi'an L540, have sparked discussions about China's chip technology breakthrough. Contrary to earlier claims, the laptop's 5nm chip was discovered to be sourced from Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC. The research firm Tech Insights, commissioned by Bloomberg, dissected the device and revealed that the Kirin 9006C processor, featuring TSMC's 5nm process, was assembled around the third quarter of 2020. This revelation raises questions about Huawei's access to advanced chips amid U.S. sanctions imposed in 2020. Despite being added to the U.S. Entity List in 2019, Huawei continued to receive orders from TSMC until 2020. The U.S. sanctions prompted Huawei to stockpile critical semiconductors, challenging previous assumptions about the company's self-sufficiency in chip production. The teardown dispels rumors of a significant breakthrough by China's Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, SMIC, in 5nm chip manufacturing. While industry experts speculated on SMIC's advancements, the Xi'an L540's chip origin highlights continued reliance on foreign suppliers. The unveiling of the laptop aligns with growing calls in China to reduce dependence on foreign technology. Some suggest the laptop meets the Chinese Communist Party's strict requirements for secure government data. However, details on the device's security features remain limited on Huawei's official website. The ongoing U.S.-China chip war, initiated during the Trump administration and continuing into the Biden administration, involves stringent restrictions on chip exports to China. The Biden administration, in October 2022, expanded export controls to curb support for China's high-end chip development, further intensifying the global chip supply chain challenge. Japan and the Netherlands also joined efforts to restrict the export of advanced chip manufacturing equipment, complicating China's access to high-end chips. The uncertainties surrounding Huawei's chip procurement and the evolving geopolitical landscape add complexity to the dynamics of global semiconductor trade. Tesla recalls 1.61 million vehicles in China due to safety concerns. The China Market Regulation Administration announced today that Tesla is recalling over 1.61 million electric vehicles in China due to safety concerns. This recall covers all imported and domestically produced models, setting a new record for the number of recalls in China. According to the announcement on the website of the China Market Regulation Administration on the 5th, Tesla filed a recall plan with the Market Regulation Administration, starting immediately, recalling certain imported Model S and Model X electric vehicles produced between October 26, 2022 and November 16, 2023, totaling 7,538 vehicles. The vehicles in this recall range may have an issue with the logic control of the door unlocking mechanism. In the event of a collision, the non-collision side door latch may detach from the lock, leaving the door in an unlocked state, posing a safety hazard. Starting immediately, recalling certain imported Model S, Model X, Model 3, and domestically produced Model 3, Model Y electric vehicles produced between August 26, 2014 and December 20, 2023, totaling 1.61 million vehicles. Vehicles within the scope of this recall may present a safety risk when the automatic steering assist function is activated, as drivers might improperly utilize the Level 2 combined driving assistance feature, elevating the potential for collisions and posing a safety hazard. Tesla will use over-the-air (OTA) technology to push newly developed features to vehicles within the recall range. This includes adding additional automatic steering control and related prompts, further encouraging drivers to fulfill their driving responsibilities and comply with driving regulations to reduce the risk of collisions caused by misuse of the steering assistance function. Fujian, China. Following Japan's deadly quake, residents report feeling houses sinking. Following the devastating 7.6 magnitude earthquake in Japan's Noto region on January 1st, which claimed over 50 lives, Fujian province in China reported seismic activity. On the evening of January 3rd, around 6:8 p.m., a magnitude 3.5 earthquake occurred in Hu'an County, Zhangzhou City, Fujian. The tremors were felt in various locations, including Xiamen, Jinjiang, and Quanzhou. Residents reported sensations like feeling the house sinking, though there has been no official explanation from authorities. According to the China Earthquake Network Center, the earthquake struck at a depth of 13 kilometers, approximately 8 miles, with coordinates of 24.76 degrees north latitude and 107.49 degrees east longitude. Upon the release of this information, numerous mainland Chinese netizens expressed their experiences, with comments such as, "Sitting on the sofa, feeling the house sink a bit. Why are there so many earthquakes this year? It's scary." And, "I really felt the earthquake. My mom told me about it, and I thought it was just a strong wind. I even told her it's just windy on the 4th floor." Some individuals pointed out that in addition to Fujian, areas like Xiamen, Jinjiang, and Quanzhou also experienced the tremors. Comments like "Xiamen felt it. Just got home after work in Zhangzhou, felt like I was going to pass out from hunger. And Quanzhou felt it, shook twice, thought it was an illusion but it felt different," were shared. Amidst the discussions, there were reflections on the attention given to earthquakes in Japan compared to those in China. Netizens expressed sentiments like, "Japan's earthquake trends on hot searches, but Fujian and Xiamen earthquakes sink to the bottom. Can we pay more attention to domestic situations?" Gansu's earthquake had more casualties than Japan. Why isn't anyone concerned about our compatriots? With so many earthquakes recently in Shandong, Gansu, Jiangsu, Shanxi, etc., and no feeling at all, even appearing on hot searches, was unexpected. As of the evening of January 3rd, the term Fujian earthquake appeared on the Weibo hot search list. However, there has been no official statement on the earthquake, and the public remains unaware of any casualties or damages resulting from the incident. Notably, on the first day of the new year, news of Japan's 7.6 magnitude earthquake and tsunami dominated Chinese social media, even occupying the top 5 trending topics. The unusual reactions of some Chinese internet users celebrating the calamity in Japan were also noted, contrasting with concerns about the lack of attention given to earthquakes within China itself. The earthquakes in Gansu, particularly the 6.2 magnitude quake in November and the subsequent 4.9 magnitude quake in Baiyin on January 2, were referenced in discussions on the discrepancy in attention between domestic and international seismic events. China's finance minister, spend only what's needed as economy struggles. On January 4th, the Chinese Communist Party's official newspaper, People's Daily, published an interview with Lan Foan, party secretary and minister of finance, regarding the current economic and fiscal situation in China. Lan first reviewed important 2023 fiscal policy arrangements, then looked ahead to key tasks for 2024. Regarding appropriately stepping up efforts and improving quality and efficiency, he stated that, "We will work hard on living a tight life, save every cent that can be saved, not randomly spend a cent that shouldn't be spent, and concentrate financial power to accomplish major tasks," and claimed they will firmly investigate and punish illegal behaviors and more. In addition, Lan also mentioned that at the beginning of 2023 the fiscal deficit rate was budgeted at 3%, but in the middle of the year many places suffered from flooding, typhoons, and other disasters, so an additional 1 trillion RMB in national debt was issued in the fourth quarter. Accordingly, the fiscal deficit rate rose from 3% to around 3.8%. The 67-year-old Lan, after stepping down as party secretary of Shaanxi province in September 2023, still took on the positions of party secretary and minister of the Ministry of Finance. Experts believe that facing the ever-worsening economic landscape, Lan is also powerless. In response, Chinese netizens also mocked, "Not randomly spend a cent that shouldn't be spent means being thrifty." Concentrating financial power to accomplish major tasks means the common people become sacrificial objects. Right. Security checks and surveillance controls on subways and buses won't be reduced, expenditures will be increased to hire more people. Escaping the pandemic, then getting sick. Xinhua news agency reported last year that in the 2023 Q3 fiscal data release, from January to September, domestic consumption tax, corporate income tax, personal income tax, import goods VAT, consumption tax, stamp duty, resource tax, and more saw year-over-year negative growth. The real estate market downturn led to decreased government land sale revenue. From January to September 2023, local government capital budget revenue decreased 16.3% year-over-year, among which state-owned land use rights granting revenue decreased 19.8% year-over-year. According to Ministry of Finance data, as of the end of August 2023, the outstanding local government debt balance was approximately 38.75 trillion RMB nationwide. According to Wang Tao, Asia economist at UBS, at the end of 2022, the outstanding local government financing platform debt balance was 59 trillion RMB. Among this, about 73%, 43.07 trillion RMB, of local government financing platform debt belonged to local government implicit debt, and the remainder belonged to commercial enterprise debt.